Hey sunshines, how art thou? This is highly requested how to start your Graphghan. It's been a long weekend for me. I have not been feeling well, but this was something that I said I was going to do and help you guys out. Now, I did this like months ago, but for some reason I had a problem with my audio and with the video. But don't worry about it. I got you. I did it all over. Please excuse the video size. It's not exactly what I had wanted, but I am just going to do this and then I'll probably do another one later on. But here it is. Let me know what you think. If you have any problems, hit me up. Okay, you need to make sure you have your graph. Make sure you have your graph and your yarn. I already have them in balls. And your hook and scissors. Hook I'm using is 5.5 I. And you're going to do your foundation chain, which I do 16 chains and then 15 single crochets. It's a 15 by 15 graph, so that's 15 stitches across and 15 rows up. So that's what the graph is. If you want to do the single crochet chains and then you have that one extra, then you make it into 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you do that extra one for your turning chain. And the second one on your hook, you make your single crochet and single crochet all the way down. But if you don't want to do that, you could do the foundation, which is 15 exact foundation chains. And I usually do 2, 1, 2, and then I will take my hook and go into the lump on the back, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's one single crochet. And then the back, I go through the 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and then I just keep going until I reach 15. So I did the foundation already, and then row 1. Foundation was done down here, and then row 1 was done here. So right now, I do not ever count foundation. Foundation is something you have to do no matter what is on your graph. So I always do my foundation, and then I do row 1. This is row 1. So row 1 is already done. Now this may be the tricky part, right? When my graph starts, right? So I already got rid of that, right? My graph is going to start right here. Right here on the corner. Because this is where my graph starts. So if you had like 4 or 20 rows of just nothing, I'm going to do that 20 rows or the 4 rows, but then I'm going to start right here where my graph begins. My graph begins on this line right here, so I will start right there. Okay? This is where we will start. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to my sample. Okay, so it's going to line up, right? Each box equal 1 single crochet. And you could do this with half double crochet. Never double crochet. Single crochet, half double crochet for Graphghan. All right, so we need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to do 7 single crochets, and that's what we're going to do right now. 7. Go in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is where we're going to do the halt. We're going to yarn over. I do mine with like my pop, lock, and drop method. So I'm going to show you my method, which is yarn over, pull through that 1 loop, and drop to the back. So when you drop it to the back, you're going to have 2 on your hook. 2 on your hook. And that's when you're going to add your red. So I already had my red hanging. Remember, if you're going to do bobbins, you're going to have 3 sets of bobbins. So we're going to have a set for this side where you have the white, the middle where you have the red, and this side where you have the white. And that's why I have 3 sets of balls. 1, 2, and 3 sets. Okay, so that's already done when you first begin. Now I'm going to take my red. I'm going to put it on my hook like this, and you're going to leave a little bit of string hanging. So you're going to put it on your hook and pull it through those 2 loops. When you pull it through those 2 loops, you're going to have, it's going to be a little loose. So what you're going to do is take it and pull it down just a little. When you do that, you're holding on to your tail, and your tail is going to go across like that, and you're going to go in to that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, and stop, because we only need 1. So since we only need 1, we're not going to do a complete single crochet. We're going to do a half one, because now we have to add the 1. So we did this, we did that. Now we got to do how many more of the white? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now let's take our other row of our other ball with the white, and now we're going to add it. Again, we're going to fold it in half. You're going to have a good length for your tail, and you're going to put it on your hook, pull through both loops, tug a little bit on the back, all right, and you're going to take that tail, put it across like this, and go in your stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And as I'm doing it, I'm using this finger to tug on it, because this is the finger for your tension. So I'm using this finger to pull on it just a little bit, and now I'm going to finish off my 7. As I'm doing that, this tail is going over. Now, I did not complete it for this one because we only have this red for this one. But when we go back and do more, we're going to weave this in as we go. So you do not have to weave it in at the end. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to keep going. And now this is the single, extended single crochet is what I'm doing. There's other methods to do changing colors. This is just something that I do. It works for me, and not only is it clean and clear and crisp when I do my color changing, it locks it in there so that it doesn't move. Okay, so now that I made it to the end, this is how my first row looks, and it's supposed to mimic this first row. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next row, right? So the next row is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the background color, 3 of this red color, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of that background color. So I'm going to chain 1, chain 1, turn like I'm turning a page in a book. You're going to turn just like you're turning a page in a book to go forward. I'm sorry, to go, yeah, forward. Okay, so you're going to take your hook and go into that very first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through that one, yarn over, pull through both. And we're going to do 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Stop, yarn over, pull through that one. And now, because we are on the back of the row, we started off putting our yarn to the back. We're going to keep continuing in that. So we're going to pull it down towards us. This is so you know that this is always going to be the back of your work. You will also know that when you start off here, I start this off as 1. I start this off as 1, and then 2, 3, 4, and so on. So being that I start this off as 1, it may sound confusing, but this is how I do mine, and this is how it works for me. I start this off as 1 because this is where I'm starting at. This is going to be that starting row, so this will be 1 for me. And when I go to this next row, that will be 2. So starting off from 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all the way up, everything that's odd number will be the front of your work, and everything that's an even number will be the back of your work. So anytime you're on this side of your work, when you have to go from left to right, that means you're going to be looking at the back of your work. Anytime you have to go on this side from right to left, this will be the front of your work. That way you don't get mixed up with what's the front and what's the back. Now, let's go. We're going to take our red that we had already there, put that on our hook, and pull through all of the loops on the hook and pull down. When you pull down, not a lot, just a little, you're going to go into that next stitch, go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do 3. So now we're going to pick this tail up, and we're going to go in to that next one, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to go into that next one. And then this is where we're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1. And as we are going, we weave that in. Now we're going to stop, leave that tail alone, and we'll continue that when we go back to the next row. I call this Z formation because we're basically making a Z as we're going up the rows. Now you're going to go yarn over, pull through 2, pull down, and go in, and we're going to complete with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then turn like you turn a page in a book, and it should mimic the 2 rows right here. Now, when we go, don't think that you're doing anything wrong. It looks like your point is a little bit off. It's not. It's because when you're doing single crochets and you're doing a Graphghan, it's going from this way to this way. So you're going from right to left, left to right. So it's going to be like a jagged. It's going to be jagged. So when you go to this next row, it's going to start evening itself out, and it's going to start looking a little bit better. So don't give up right there. All right, so now that we did this row, cross that out, and now we're back on this is the odd side again, so that will be row 3. So row 3 is going to be facing us, and we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the red and 5 of the background color. So here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stop. Now, since we are on this side, we're going to make sure our work goes towards the back. Pick up your red, and it goes over. Tug down on this a little bit, and go into your stitch, yarn over, pick up 1 loop, go yarn over, pull through 2. Now, when we go back into this next one, we're going to take our tail and put it over the hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through that 1, and remember using this finger for tension. Okay. And we're going to keep going until we reach the 5th one. So that's 4 and 5. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, and drop to the back. Now we're going to pick up this white, pull through, pull down on that red a little, and continue to the end. And we're going to continue doing this until you reach any other color changing, and then you just add your other color changing. But this is how we complete this one. Okay, so now this should mimic the first 3 rows. Now you have to go left to right, and then right to left, all the way up. Okay, so now I completed these rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. I completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows. Like what, 5 minutes? Okay, so now it mimics this, just smaller. And so we're about to do this row. So I wanted to show you how I do this row right here. So this is where I start splitting my colors. So I have, if you look at it, you have 1 for the background color, 1 for the red, then it's two for the background color, and 3 for the I'm sorry, the red, and then the background color. So you have 3 colors for the background color, 3 bobbins if you're using bobbins for the background, and 2 colors for the red. So I'm going to take this, being that I don't need a lot, cut right there. And so now I have that. Okay, and then I already have the 2 here. I just need 1 more for my middle, and I will have that. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so we would need one single crochet, which is you go right into here, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through that 1, drop to the back, pick up your red, and we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. So we're going to pull through both loops, go into that first one, yarn over, pull through that 1, pull through both. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Stop. Pull down to the back. Now we're going to pick up our white. Pull through both loops. Tug down on the back. Now we're going to go into that next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through that 1, and stop, because we only need 1. Okay, now we're going to take the red, pull through 2, go into that next one, yarn over, pull through that 1, pull through 2, and then finish it off. Now, can I have crocheted over it? Yeah, but I don't. It doesn't look well to me. But if I do a large blanket, I would do it no more than 3 to 4 stitches long, depending on how it would look. So if this was 3 to 4 stitches long on a blanket, I would crochet over it. But with this, I will not. The red and the white, like the red is a really dark color and the white is a really light color. So I don't want it to show through. So it's best that I do this. So it's almost like trial and error. Okay, so now it's also preference to how you want your stuff to look. Go in, tug down to the back, pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through that 1, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, and turn. Now we completed that. And now that our yarn is already on there, we'll just finish it off. So now we would need 2 of the background color, white, 1 and 2, being that we are in the, what the heezy? Okay, go into the next one, yarn over, pull through that 1, drop, pull up, and we need 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drop, pick up the white, pull through, now I'm going to pick up that tail, go into the next one because I need 3, and go through that next one and stop, and continue 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then finish. You should be able to finish off at the top. Okay, so now that we finished that last stitch, we're going to crochet over and complete it. So as I'm going over, I am going to crochet over those stitches. Okay, I stop with the red, continue with the white, just crochet over, like that, pick up that red and crochet over. Okay, so now that you have these just hanging, being that I only crocheted 2 stitches, I might weave that in a little bit more, and then I cut the back. Like I said, I might weave that in a little bit more. I might, depending on what I'm doing. And I just cut. If I'm doing just 1 stitch, if it's just 1 stitch and then continue on with the red, so you have just that 1 white in the middle, that is something I will definitely use my needle and crochet through that. Yeah, if it was just that 1 stitch in the middle, that 1 white, and then red all around, I would definitely take this and crochet and weave that through. So now we're going to weave in these ends. The tail, weave it in if you want to leave it like that. I was always told, don't ever leave your project like this, just like this. You have to block it and everything, because when we are crocheting a Graphghan, in the middle it starts tugging through, so that's why you have that indentation. You have that indentation in the middle, and then you have the sides coming out, so we block it. I have a video on blocking, so you could use that video to help you with your blocking. But then what I will also do is crochet a border around. I would take a hook that is definitely smaller, like maybe 1 size smaller, and I will go around, starting in one area and then go around. I will start here in the corner, and so in your corners you are going to put 3 single crochets in your corners. 1, 2, and 3. So that's 3 in your corners, and then you just single crochet around. Okay, so now that we reach in this corner, I'm gonna go in and do 3 single crochets, 2 and 3 and 3. And now we're gonna go down, but we're gonna take this tail that we had and we're gonna go down to the side evenly as possible on each row. As I'm doing it in the stitches for each row. So here we're just going down on the sides as evenly as possible. What you're going to do is go through the 2 little slits where you have your chain. When you're making your turning chain, there's like 2 little slits. You're going to go in there, that way it's neat. And you make sure that as you're doing that, there's no holes. You don't want any gaps on your side. So that's how I do it, and you do it with that color. And then we're going to go all the way around. Make sure you don't forget your corners where you have 3 single crochets, and then we're going to make it right there to the very beginning again. And then we are going to slip stitch right in that first chain that we did. And weave through. So this narrowed down my weaving from weaving in all those different color changings to just 1. And I'm going through the stitches on the top like this, going right through. Like that. And then I go back on the bottom one, right underneath that one. Right underneath that row, I go into that next one and weave in and cut. Now I would usually spray it first and let it sit for 24 hours or as long as you want. I would spray it with my I have a spray that's in my blocking as well, and I would spray it. I also use antibacterial. I spray it with that, and then I let it sit. I can even pin it on here because this is what I use. I pin it on here. Okay, so this is my front. This is my front, and this is my back. Okay, the back, you could tell, and your front. And then you can add another border if you want and make it fancy. Add a little red in there. You can use whatever border you like. I just try to use whatever border complements the actual image that I'm doing. If it's just a regular baby blanket, I would try to do something like girly if it's girly, or boyish If it's boyish, I do like a regular block. This, what I'm doing right now, is just the granny square border, which is really simple and easy. My go-to when I'm like kind of rushing or whatever. But you could do whatever border you want. Go on Pinterest. Pinterest has some different types of borders, and I will put there my selections of borders that I use, and I will have the link below so that you can see what borders that I use. And just be creative with it. Be real creative with it and have fun. Okay, here is the final product. This is CreativeStitchNDiva. I am so happy that I finally finished this. Had COVID and all, and I still did this for you guys. I did it for you. So if you have any other questions, let me know. I will make sure I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. And I will try to download some more videos so that you guys can learn exactly what I do on a daily basis. Bye, sunshine. Talk to you soon.